ablaze, and there's that face, the one the world is dreaming of. A negligee, she looks your way, and like the camera, you're in love. She's got the moves, she's got the look. In fact, she wrote the book. The lady's got the universe on a string. She's got everything. She's got everything.
Hello everyone and welcome to another Foul Original with me, Foul Original. How the bloomin' hell are you doing? Well, what an amazingly enthralling episode of Celebrity Big Brother that we just had. Oh my god, that was amazing. I didn't realise, but while I was starting this show, I remembered that, wait a second, isn't Celebrity Big Brother ending tonight? Isn't it the CBB UK final? Hashtag CBB final. Hashtag amazeballs. Hashtag... But I wanted to have a quick, kind of almost like rip-de-doo, because I was a big fan of the show Veronica's Closet, and I watched a lot of TV in my lifetime. I've said before, like, I was raised by the telebox, and after being raised by the telebox, that was a bit of a guilty pleasure, Veronica's Closet. It was an absolutely terrible show, but Kirstie Alley was in it, and if Kirstie Alley had it like all queued up, if Kirstie Alley had won, that would have been freaking glorious. But instead, you just get this, and I apologise. But yes, Ryan Thomas wins a CBB, a UK. Now, I found this very intriguing, because ever since like the Roxanne Pallet stuff, I've been all like, ooh, what's happening over here on the Celebrity Big Brothers? I've noticed that a lot of the entertainment media and like the entertainment stories have been like geared towards things that popped off back then, like fights between Kim Woodburn and Colleen Nolan and like that other chick off Loose Women. It's all Loose Women and Celebrity Big Brother. That's all it is. That's all it is. And the ultimate loose woman, Kirstie Alley, has become runner-up. Now, unfortunate for me because I had it all set up, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of have a bit of an op-ed piece because it's been a weekend and I've seen loads of stuff in the news. The whole Ryan Thomas thing is my editorial, yeah. Ryan Thomas was kind of not like, I don't know who this guy is. Apparently he's a big deal in the soap world, yeah. Corrie, he's a big deal in Corrie. I don't watch Corrie, but I don't know. So I know that he has like a base, yeah, he has a base. So he has a base of fans, and that's all great. That's all amazing, yeah. But I'm just checking to see what I'm here. But at the same time, I don't really understand. Hello people. I don't really understand why he's being put on this pedestal. Yeah, I don't understand. Like, maybe you guys out there and girls can help me to understand why. But right now, on Channel 5 right now, got my remote. Kirstie Alley is talking about stuff. And like, this is going on right now. So when Ryan comes out, I'm gonna watch it live along with you folks. So if you want to join me for that, it's gonna be like at about 10 to 11, I guess. So partway through the show, we'll nip back here. And I want to know what, as I said, within the chat. Thank you very much for all the people who are watching on Periscope, YouTubes, and the Twitch. And first and foremost, obviously, with the shill, because if I don't do the shill, then I'm not doing my job properly, apparently. And that's what I've been told. So if you go to fouloriginal.com, you can go down here. You can see all the weird and wonderful things that apparently I do. I say wonderful. They're just weird. But go to support the channel. And if you go to support the channel, if this didn't work yesterday, go to support the channel, and then you can become a Patreon and stuff. All internet's working now. You can go to donate. If you click donate, it'll open a PayPal donation. And then you can just pop in like $5 if you want. You can make it a monthly donation. Pop me a little note in there. Let me know what's popping off. Pop a note in there just so you can make it a one-time donation. Log in with the PayPal, credit card, debit card, etc., etc., etc. And thank you for that brief commercial interruption. But Kirstie Alley, how the hell is she in the final of Celebrity Big Brother? I don't know the innings and outings, but let's talk about CBB news, yeah? Does it just get a kind of like, I don't want to theme this whole show as a Celebrity Big Brother show, yeah? I feel like that would be an insult to the rest of the really good news that's happened today. I don't mean like Russell Howard's good news. I mean like there's some really amazing stories I'm going to talk about. Also, quick addendum to tomorrow's stuff that's going to be happening. Tonight, I would be talking about 2 films I'm going to watch tomorrow. Unfortunately, tomorrow, I can't do that because I need to go pick up a laptop for this weekend's commencements of the Thursday show. Thursday will be on location in London. Yeah, laptop, webcam, glasses, hat. Probably not the jumper though, to be honest. It's a bit of a... And yeah, as in other news as well, just quickly, bought a guitar from Aldi. So for those of you that have been watching, we'll go $34.99. Not too bad. It's got a B string either. No, sorry, the D string I've broken. Broke the D. I've made this joke many times on Instagram. If you follow my Instagram, Foul Original, you can see me doing like little videos every now and then with that guitar. They will be on Periscope in Foul Original's acoustic guitar. But anyway, enough of the jabberings here. Like, share, subscribe, follow at Foul Original. Anyway, and also your stuff will be out here in the chat. I'm trying to get the chat working. Where's the browser? Whoops. Let's find the browser, and then I can. There it is. Restream chat, and then I can refresh the cache of. So if you're in there, you'll actually connect up now. So any of your chat will pop in here. But it seems as if let me turn this goddamn jabbering woman down. So my potential, my actual serious editorial. I think personally that he would not have won Celebrity Big Brother if it wasn't for the Roxanne Palette stuff. Now, I'm not like all yeah, go forth and troll. No, because the whole Roxanne Palette thing is that she's not there tonight. Like, she's not been allowed to come to the... That's how real this is. Like, sometimes you can see the producers nudging at people, and it's like, oh, they got a little scuffle. Oh, they had a fight over some soap in the bath. No, this is like way more. She's not allowed to be here. I find it quite interesting that they're not going to have her like in a pre-recorded... I'm guessing a pre-recorded interview or something. But here he comes, yeah. Ryan Thomas coming out of the... Ryan Thomas, who had to deal with, as we've spoken of before, accusations from Roxanne Palette that he was hit me like a boxer, he did, punched me like a boxing bag, all of that stuff, yeah. Apparently, he hit her. I hit her. Yeah, he hit her. And yeah, this is like live now. So he's coming out. He's coming out. Ryan's coming out. He wants the world to know he didn't hit that hoe. He's coming. 8, 7, 6. I can't do the accent. I'm not going to attempt to do the accent. But he's coming out right now. Let's all watch together. Oh, I'm so excited. Welcome to a Foul Originals News Round, a show which is the news with a humorous twist. Here he comes. It's Ryan. Make an Indian beat out of this song. Oh, speedy music, speedy music. Oh, the crowd are a bit like, oh, they're a little bit mixed. I don't mean race. I mean, they're kind of cheering for him. It's quite loud, actually. But as I'm guessing, as he ascends the spiral staircase, avert your gaze. And here he comes. Emma Willis is going to be interviewing him. Oh, I just see breasts on the screen. I just see cleavage. Don't know who that was. But yes, Emma Willis comes to give him a hug. He's getting his pictures for tomorrow's page 13s and page 1s. This is going to be on the Metro tomorrow, isn't it? This is going to be on the test tomorrow, everyone. So we go for a quick ad break. Now, Ryan Thomas, so I'm not going to spend too long on this because tomorrow I will cover what Ryan Thomas said. But I just wanted to... Vanessa Feltz is on television. Why is Vanessa Feltz on television? I don't really watch broadcast television that much, so I wanted to just quickly just weigh in there and say, yes, was it Punchgate that made the public vote for him? Yeah. Because, I mean, they all like a good story. So the question comes down to, was Roxanne Palette, did she have an idea? I've been watching a lot of videos about people calling these like exit strategies from new media, and they can ride and exit strategies through PR companies. So Roxanne Palette's original was like, I'm guessing, misguided attempt on her side to create a PR opportunity, but she kind of screwed that up. And so Ryan Thomas took that ball and ran with it into the nation's hearts. And now he is a man who can do no wrong. He's obviously going to win Celebrity Big Brother. He will have an amazing talk show circuit for the next like 6 months. And the Big Brother producers are going to treat him like he is the king and queen of the jungle. And he will just be there for life. And Ryan Thomas will have etched his name into the history of the men's #MeToo movement, because stuff happens to men every now and then, and that's what I'd like to say about tonight. So we've spent like 15 minutes on this Ryan Thomas thing. Now, as I said, Ryan Thomas wins Celebrity Big Brother UK 2018. So normally on this channel, we don't really talk that much about the internet, yeah, these things. Yeah, we don't talk about these things. But for those of you that stuck around, let's move on to another story. We'll dip back in. But anyway, let's nip to my favourite segment, in other news. So in other news today, we got loads and loads and loads of stories that obviously that are the real news, but I got you in. I clickbaited you in. So let's find this one. So this is a very interesting story that I wanted to talk about. We'll see how much time we've got in between ad breaks. So Olivia Munn shunned by the Predator cast after having scene cut. Now, for those of you that don't know what was going on with the delays and reshoots that happened on the Predator remake done by Shane Black's new version of Predator, I'm really excited for it. But anyway, Olivia Munn says she feels lonely having to promote The Predator alone after she spoke out against filming a scene with a sex offender. The actress says she didn't know that Stephen Wilder Striegel, I mean, come on, that's the name. That's the name that you're going to think about. Was this registered sex? That sounds like a fake name. That sounds like a stage name. Stephen Wilder Striegel was a registered sex offender when they shot the scene. She told the studio Fox, who then cut it from the final movie. The 38-year-old told the Hollywood Reporter she would be sitting here with the rest of the cast rather than on her own to promote the film. According to the Hollywood Reporter, some other actors from the film The Predator backed out of interviews after the news came out the scene was dropped when Olivia Munn complained to the studio. The film's director Shane Black, who was a friend of the offender Stephen Striegel, wow, that's just Hollywood, also didn't attend the premiere in Toronto. He released a statement where he said, "I apologise to all of those past and present. I've let down by having Steve around them without giving them a voice in the decision." Fox said they weren't aware of Striegel's background when they hired him. According to the LA Times, Stephen Striegel pled guilty in 2010 following allegations he had acted inappropriately with a 14-year-old girl he was related to. Spent 6 months in prison. He has since appeared in the Shane Black films Iron Man 3 and The Nice Guys. It's been the most tough on the Jane Doe that was in the story, says Olivia Munn, who was referring to the unnamed girl. Whatever she's gone through in the subsequent years is most important to me. And then Olivia Munn, I'm contracted, and then someone asked, why are you still in press for the movie? I'm contractually obligated, and from what I'm experiencing, I think I'd prefer I'd not show up. It would make everyone breathe easier. Also, I worked really hard on this film, as did the rest of the cast and crew. Now that the scene is deleted, I think audiences will love it. At the end of the day, it's just a movie, says the actress. There are people who get very mad at you for not helping them bury it. Now I'm being asked about it, I don't know what to say about it. I don't know how to pretend, I don't know how to skirt around the issue. The Predator castmate Sterling K. Brown has come out in support of her online. I'm sorry you're feeling so isolated, my dear. And another castmate, Keegan Michael Key, told the Hollywood Reporter that he had completed his scheduled interviews, that he'd reached out to Oliver privately last week to let her know how proud he was of her. Olivia Munn has spoken out before in defense of the #MeToo movement and was one of the 6 women who accused director Brett Ratner of sexual harassment, which he denies. She added that people should be making a clear decision whether or not they work with a convicted criminal. That decision was made for me. My choice will always be to never give a second chance to anyone who hurts a child or animal. That's me. Everyone has their own prerogative. 20th Century Fox and Olivia Munn have been contacted for comment, but they didn't come back. Anyway, back to our big story tonight. Obviously, the biggest story, which is just Ryan Thomas's interview. It's happening right now.
I needed that. I've not my missus of 3.5 weeks. I needed that kiss.
Here we go. So now I'm guessing Big Brother are gonna milk much they can out of this. It's fine. This is why these reality shows exist. Yeah, this is why I exist. I am merely,
Listen,
you know.
I'm the big brother, and I've got to show my it's done. And, you know.
Oh, Getting a bit cheeky there. So as I said, I wanted to see the show as it happened and see what, because we've got another. So we'll dip out during the ad breaks in other news, but
you know, it's so difficult because when you're in there, you know, I think it's a
see
totally
when are they going to broach Punchgate? When are they going to broach it? And we'll see then how this is.
that we go through. We put like 24 hours worth of real time into 1 hour, and it's very hard to judge on what you know.
See, the thing is, yeah, I'm watching this interview and I'm already bored of it. So you know what? Back to in other news. So back to in other news. So we've just had the 11-month story, and this story. Oh, this is going to be some pretty like pretty bad stories. But anyway. But damn, in other news, woman shoots husband dead at Walmart in front of children. Police say a 31-year-old woman has been arrested in Louisiana after allegedly shooting her estranged husband dead in a Walmart car park on Saturday morning. Police say Kayla Giles was meeting Thomas Okuti Jr. to undertake a child custody exchange. She shot him once in the chest. Despite emergency efforts to revive him at the scene, the 30-year-old died from his injuries. Police confirmed 3 children were present but uninjured in the incident. They were taken to a local police headquarters and transferred into custody of family members by the Louisiana Department of Children and Family Services. So at least they went to the family. They were married in 2014. Police say they were called to reports of shots. Local website Town Talker said Mr. Kuti had filed a police complaint about his wife being violent in the past and had filed a motion against joint custody. Police said the Saturday handover was happening at an outer section of the supermarket car park without many cars around. Officials have not revealed any motive or any further information about the shooting. Mr. Giles, who's still referred to as Kayla Kuti by some local outlets, has been charged with secondary murder by the Alexandria Police Department, who set her bail at $500,000. The couple wed in 2014, according to Mr. Kuti's Facebook page. Now, first things first, it's a very attractive lady. And I'm not just saying that because she killed her husband, but I mean, you know, it seems as if it isn't reported by a woman, that it is always going to be something which is, I'm guessing, doesn't make any sense. Like, and it doesn't become a real story until it's a woman asking for it. And that's not me being like any kind of way, I can't even think of the word right now, misogynistic, because it's just life. Like, people are more likely going to believe a woman saying that her husband is being abusive or a boyfriend is being abusive than a man. And it just goes to show that, you know, #MeToo men. And that's why I wanted to include that story. Anyway, in other news, this is something that I wanted to broach and talk about, but, you know, Celebrity Big Brother is happening right now, so come on. Did NFL and Nike, are the protests hurting the game's ratings? Dubbed hard to watch by US President Donald Trump, the TV ratings for this year's NFL season kickoff have reportedly dropped by 8%. This comes after Nike's decision to make Colin Kaepernick the first NFL player to kneel during the national anthem, the face of its new campaign. Some people have linked the controversy surrounding NFL protests to its falling viewership, including Donald Trump, but others argue lower ratings indicate a wider shift away from TV. And Donald Trump, wow, NFL first games ratings are way down over an already really bad last year comparison. Viewership declined 13%, the lowest in over a decade. If the players stood proudly for our flag and anthem, and it's all shown on broadcast, maybe ratings could come back. Otherwise, worse. They've not. Here we go. This is just hours before Colin tweeted his appreciation to NFL players Kenny Stills and Albert Wilson for kneeling during the US national anthem on Sunday. They have not backed down, even when attacked and intimidated. Their courage will move the world forward, he wrote. Are people turning away? That's going nowhere. Uzi told Newsbeat, the quality of the game, the quality of the product is too good. It has nothing to do with the taking the knee protest. People just aren't watching TV anymore, and that is true. Uzi added that access to the internet, phones, and mobile devices means people are switching off from television in general, not just the NFL. Viewing figures are down, just checking out Big Brother, down across all sports. Viewing figures are down across pretty much every single thing on television right now. So to blame that on the taking the knee protest is fake news, actually. Attendance figures don't appear to be as poor as some critics have suggested. Average attendance in the NFL season in 2017 was 69,000, and in 2016 it was 68,000. Thursday's kickoff got 69,000, placing it well within average. So live events aren't really taking a hit. It's just viewership. NFL figures are the only numbers under scrutiny following the announcement that Nike, that Colin Kaepernick would feature in its new campaign. Critics took to burning Nike products in protest. Despite the backlash, Nike sales have reportedly increased by 31% in the period after the advert's release. In the same way the Nike controversy doesn't seem to have hurt its sales, Jason, as you say, it won't overshadow the game. If the NFL, you see things that happen, teams are soap opera playing out there in the field, I think at the end of the day, that's going to overcome everything. And my just quick 2 cents into that. Oh, I think they're talking about.
The best network of family and friends. You know, I've got the best mates in the world. Some here today. My brothers are my life. That's what's important to me. You know, if this person has an issue and a misunderstanding, you know, who am I to sit there and judge? You know, forgiveness is a big
live, everyone, live.
This place is a horrible place if you get it wrong, and I don't personally want to be a part of that. So if if she wants sort of forgiveness and it makes her feel better, then I would rather give her that, because I think she's been punished enough by the public and people around her.
More credit to you, Ryan. Honestly, never, ever, ever has somebody deserved to win this show as much as
All right, so here we go. They're just laying it on thick. But as you can see, essentially, Ryan has forgiven Roxanne Pallett for all the things that happened in the Big Brother house and has said that it's all right. It's fine. Don't worry about it. If she needs forgiveness, I know that like the public have probably cremated her outside. And yeah, but people weren't really totally down with him. I think this is going to be people were like, yeah, killer, and he's a bit like, come on, just like forgive and forget. People are like, we will never forget. We will never forget that Ryan Thomas won Celebrity Big Brother UK 2018 after fighting Roxanne Pallett. Will we forget though? Will next year will there be a stabbing? In other news, the Colin Kaepernick thing, as I said, I wanted to just talk about just general viewership is going down, and Trump using that as his trump card is a bit weird, really. Now, I wanted to go back to some other news I had lined up, which would be... here we go. Oh, this is a report which is on bbc.co.uk, and I thought it was quite interesting one as well, especially in my current state, living in a shared house. It's fun. It is, but, don't you ever want more? Would a bigger house make you happier? By Dr. Chris Foy, the University of Glasgow. So this is from today. The UK is often said to be experiencing a dire shortage of living space, but does having more room necessarily make people more content? It is common to hear concerns about pokey new builds and sky-high rents forcing people into even smaller homes. But the reality is that living spaces in England and Wales are actually larger than ever, with the average home increasing from 88 to 90 square metres between 2004 and 2016. Instead, the issue is that the distribution of space has become more unequal. Owner-occupiers often have a lot of space compared with younger renters, who may be sharing a home with several others. Case in point, in 2017, about 28% of UK households contained one person, up from 17% in 1971. Meanwhile, the proportion of families and individuals sharing private rented housing has almost tripled since 1992 to 6.6%, according to research by the Resolution Foundation think tank. So, does more space always mean happier occupants, or is there a cutoff point? And we've got a figure here about homes being built, the increase in floor space, and 4 rooms per person is the limit at which housing satisfaction improves. So basically, if you've got a 4-bedroom house, you're a happy person. But 52% of English councils built fewer homes in 2016 to 17 than in the year leading up to the 2008 crisis. Well, that's just obvious. Status and the Neighbours. A London-based colleague recently told me about her aunt coming to visit her from Hong Kong. Upon seeing her shoebox bedroom, she was not filled with pity, but with envy. The aunt had grown up to 7 people to 1 room and thought this living arrangement the height of luxury. This illustrates how the level of space that we expect or aspire to can depend on what we are used to. Even after people move to a bigger house, it may not take long for them to start to feel like they don't have enough. And housing satisfaction boost diminishes over time. Change in housing satisfaction when you get into the house. And recent studies found that an increase in the size of the largest 10% of superstar houses had a significant negative effect on their neighbours, even if those people had also moved to bigger homes. people have suggested, surveys have suggested people would be prepared to have less living space overall if it meant they had more than others. So it is that whole, you know, keeping up with the Joneses. And it is, as a nation, we do not seem to be getting happier with our housing, even though living space and housing conditions have improved for many. And basically, it says spending more on housing often means people incurring more mortgage debt, working longer hours, commuting a longer distance, while building more homes has significant and irreversible environment costs. There is an overwhelming case for providing more genuinely affordable housing for those suffering the most cramped, unaffordable living conditions. Beyond this, whether an increase in average living spaces would improve our well-being as a society is up for debate. So it's that age-old thing, which is, if you have something, you are always going to want more if someone has slightly more than you. That's just, I'm guessing that's just evolution. That's just the human condition. Keeping up with the Joneses is what I like to call it. Now, also, as I wanted to mention, in other news, the US Open umpire Carlos Ramos defended by ITF after Serena Williams ran. This was amazing. So I just want to quickly, just watch it, because I think that it will be a fun video for everyone to just see. So I'm going to pop in my headphone and, let's turn on that. There we go.
You are the liar. When are you going to give me my apology? You owe me an apology. Say it. Say you're sorry. Well, then don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Emotions definitely running hot, understandably. Serena prides herself on not taking coaching. Chair umpire simply doing his job. He is a vet.
Now, I just want to quickly stop there and just say, oh my God, Amazon Prime, as you can see down there, it said courtesy of Amazon Prime, they just got themselves the bestest deal ever. They got the best deal when they got their live sport. Anyway, let's continue.
Carlos Ramos, he interpreted the hand signals from Patrick Mouratoglou, Annabelle, as coaching, and he was quick to punish.
He was. I mean, he's always a very decisive umpire, and he is certainly not intimidated by any player, whoever they are. In fact,
Stole a point from me. You're a thief too.
So, thank you to BBC Sport. Sponsors, proud sponsors, no, not at all, not proud sponsors of Newsround whatsoever, but thank you to the BBC Sport. So, that was Serena Williams having a little bit of a meltdown at the US Open final. The umpire was declared by Serena Williams to be a thief, and he's been defended by tennis governing bodies. Williams was beat in straight sets by Naomi Osaka, was docked for a game for verbal abuse, having already had a point penalty for smashing her racket and a code violation for coaching. Oh my God, what the hell happened? I'm going to watch this tennis match. She said it was sexist to have been penalised again. The International Tennis Federation and Carlos Ramos acted at all times with professional and integrity. An ITF statement says it is understandable that this high-profile and regrettable incident should provoke debate. At the same time, it is important to remember that Mr. Ramos undertook his duties as an official according to the relevant rule book. Mr. Ramos' decision were in accordance with the relevant rules and were reaffirmed by the US Open's decision to fine Ms. Williams for the 3 offences. She got fined. And as you can see, the show's ending, Big Brother, Celebrity Big Brother, with fireworks, etc., etc. And yeah. So Naomi Williams, whatever. Oh yeah, we go. So as you can see, the winner of Celebrity Big Brother is Ryan Thomas, and he has just done an impassioned spree. We're gonna get Celebrity Brothers Big Brother bit on the side in a bit, but yeah. So after watching that, the issues began, and it seems as if she went a little bit crazy. And at the end of the next change, Williams continued to rant, calling Ramos a liar, telling him to say you are sorry, and describing him as a thief for awarding a point to Osaka. For me, it blows my mind, the 23-year-old grand champion said, and I'm going to continue to fight for women and to fight for us to have equality. This is just an example for the next person that has emotions, that wants to express themselves and wants to be a strong woman. They're going to be allowed to do that because of today. Maybe it didn't work out for me, but it's going to work out for the next person. What the bloody hell, Serena, are you thinking about doing? Serena Williams has a meltdown on the court, and then she says she's fighting for women's rights. She was having a tennis match, which she was obviously losing, it seems, and she was very, very angry that allegedly this man was giving points to the other person that she was having a match against, Naomi Osaka, and because of that, she decided to have a meltdown. And because of that, she was docked. And yeah, okay, it wasn't, maybe the punishment didn't fit the crime potentially, and then maybe they did, because of it being her, they made it a bit more like of making her an example. But you know what? If you're made an example of because you do something stupid in a sport, if you have to be reprimanded for something that you've done, then that's just life. That's just life. As I always say, ask for forgiveness, don't ask for permission. But at the same time, I think it's time to be asking for forgiveness now, really. Like, just, and you shouldn't have really done that without permission anyway. If this is just all a PR stunt for Amazon Prime, for Amazon, because they bought this as the first US Open in this life. But yeah, Serena Williams goes crazy, allegedly. In other news, now, first of all, before we go to our next in other news, I would be bereft of my duty. I'm going to keep saying bereft now because it makes me sound like a classy gentleman when I'm not. But if I'm bereft of my duty to say, if you want to help support the channel, go to fouloriginal.com. If you go to fouloriginal.com, you can check out this big bird face, and then you can go to support the channel. If you click support the channel, that takes you to be a Patreon or Streamlabs. Obviously, the easiest way is just to donate to the channel. So you just click clickety-wickety the donate, and once you click donate, it will bring you up to PayPal, and then you can just pop in like $5, for example, and then make it a monthly donation. You can also send me a note if you're making it a one-off. Tell me what's going down. Log into PayPal, or you can use credit or debit card. But that is quick shill, because I'd be bereft of my duties if I didn't. But yeah, so Serena Williams goes a bit mental. Now, I also wanted to talk about this story, which I think I might leave till the end, actually. And I'm going to cut that story. And we're going to move to, quite quickly, one of our other classic segments, which is Metro Moments. So I got a copy of the Metro here. Now, ooh, your eyes don't deceive you. This is specifically why Metro Moments is happening tonight, yeah? Look at the cover of the Metro. The reason why the hashtag strain is in there, it's all like that. And I was like, what the hell happened? Where did I wake up to today? I went on the bus today, yeah? I'm happy I went on the bus today. This is an ad for a new show which is starting on BBC called Strangers. I'm sorry, on ITV, even called Strangers, and it's about John Sim, and I'm guessing that him and this lady, who seems to be Keely Hawes, are strangers, hashtag strangers, but I don't know, because I ain't watched it, yeah. I'm not going to let the Metro tell me what I'm going to watch on TV. That's for readings, that is. So that's what the Metro was wrapped in today. And I like the fact that very, very, very small, it says advertisement, but it's like your regular, and then your regular Metro, because people are going to pick this up and go, what is this? Can you see that the logo is just the Metro in? I don't know if it's supposed to be Hong Kong. It says Harris, Jonah Mulray. There's stuff in there, Felix Chang. There's names in there. Like, I'm guessing if you actually translated this, then it would mean something. Maybe I'll translate it. Anyway, let's nip into the Metro, the normal part of the Metro. Now, we've got senior Tory slam Boris. I thought this story was hilarious. I'm going to go into this a bit more tomorrow. I'll probably make this top story. But this lady has apparently been having an affair with Boris Johnson, yeah. Amazing, Boris. Boris Johnson, you continually surprise me. You continually, every single day is like a school day with Boris Johnson. And he's apparently having this affair with this lady. He's recently been estranged from his wife, and now he's going to have, like, all of these things are going to come out the woodworks. And it's like, apparently, this is what I love, yeah. It's within the party, during a leadership challenge, Theresa May produced this dossier, this war book dossier, which contains all the secrets and all the skeletons in Boris Johnson's, like, cupboard. Now that potentially this is going to be a leadership challenge again, she's going to bring all that stuff out, and, like, his wife, allegedly, his now ex-wife, is not very happy that he's gallivanting around the town with all these young women. Boris Johnson, man, get on your bike, Johnson. Good old BJ. Good old BJ. Now, I was also going to talk about like the page, the first page. There's some obviously very very sad stuff in the Metro. I'm not going to do that. That's what all Metro Moments is for. We got Cowell, Strictly Come Dancing, Beat, and the X Factor in the ratings wars. Fantastic. Fantastic news. But also, as I said, the Metro, going with this story as much as possible. Blonde leading the blonde. Love that. And then you've got like some pictures of her there. And then like apparently he got her picked up from like parties at her local residence. She's a party girl. What is a party girl? Does that just mean hoe in like in the politics? You're hoe in the poll. Anyway, continue looking through Metro. So if I can find some of the stories that I've picked out for today. Oh, so in brief, scented brolly keeps you jolly after Holly Day. Like they didn't put that bit in there. I put that in there because it's all about the delivery. A high-tech umbrella that releases a perfume when opened will keep that holiday feeling alive for longer, inventors claim. The scent, called Balance, is a mood-enhancing mix of citrus, white jasmine, and musk. The Holly Brolly, designed by TUI to beat the post-holiday blues, is also being tested with a light therapy ball. So you can just walk around with some kind of mister. Oh, this is amazing. Sorry, Mr. or Mrs. Don't wanna assume there. Hashtag me too. And then this that I saw in the Metro, this is just funny. Like, this is a funny ad. This is from First Direct, and they just say like, sorry to other banks. Here's some free advertisement, but like we're better than all of you, because apparently in an overall service in the league tables, they are beating at 85% overall service quality for overdraft services, online and mobile banking. Thing is, yeah, Metro Bank, they're at 85%, Metro Bank at 83%. It's not that much to shout about. Nationwide are at 73%, Coventry Building Society 68%, and Santander 64%. I mean, I don't even know why. It's an interesting ad. There's also stories about Sajid Javid, Home Secretary, saying that they'll nab the two alleged Russian poisoners. There's 3,500 suffer 3-hour air delays each day. Just stories about. Now, this is where I was also going to get in what could potentially be very sad news, depending on what you think of all the big Brother cast to get in there, bit on the side. But we've got a story here in Guilty Pleasures, the entertainment section, which features Childish Gambino, Mr. Donald Glover, saying Childish Gambino has told fans to catch him while they can, as he announced his current tour will be his last. The This Is America singer, real name Donald Glover, dropped his bombshell at a gig in Atlanta. If you're at this show, know it's the last Gambino tour ever. This is not a concert. This is effing church, the 34-year-old said. And my God, that man has done so much with, like, I mean, held back. So it's crazy. I'm so happy that, like, I watch Community every now and then, and I just love that Donald Glover went from that and like writing and stuff, and just to making his own, making it him, making everything that he does not about him, but being able to tell really and ask really philosophical questions in his music that don't necessarily get picked up, and then now being able to use his filmmaking skills to make these animations and stuff, and kind of just really interesting talking pieces. God damn, he's like Madonna. He's like freaking Madonna. I'm trying not to swear on YouTube. Where else? Where are we? We are at the 45-minute mark, so we're going to start wrapping this up. I think that's all we got for Metro Moments today. But obviously, just to leave you with Metro Moments, that, you know, today I picked up a Metro, and the Metro looked like I had woken up in another country, and apparently I picked up a Metro from a different country, because that was what the Metro was today. Metro Moments. Taking you to our last quick speed through in other news. So last quick in other news. Now I wanted to find I went to do a quick shout out to Benny Boy from the YouTubes. He used to tell me that when he was getting his stories, he'd go to the Mirror, and I was a bit like, the Mirror, but they don't have stupid stories, except for, ooh, amazing. Vegan forces herself to vomit in Weatherspoon's toilet after pub accidentally feeds her meat. Amazing story. Chloe Sparks from Cambridge was dining with a friend at the Regal when she discovered there was something wrong with her vegan-friendly meal. There's meat in it. Chloe Sparks was so upset by the idea, she made herself vomit in the pub toilets. She looks kind of like Negasonic Teenage Warhead, but with hair. A vegan woman has spoken of a horror after eating meat when a pub served her beef by mistake. Chloe Sparks from Cambridge was out with a friend to enjoy a meal at the Regal branch of Weatherspoons in the city last Friday when she discovered a vegan-friendly meal tasted like meat. After taking a mouthful of the 5-bean chili, she quickly realised that something was wrong. Chloe told Cambridgeshire Live she was really shook up by the experience. I'm surprised I didn't say triggered. And as a result, made herself sick in the pub's bathroom. She said, when it arrived, I naturally assumed it was what I'd ordered, but after one mouthful, I knew it contained meat. The vegan was left in tears after being accidentally fed meat at the Cambridgeshire Weatherspoons. I mean, look at that. Look at the little dog. She's got a little dog as well. A little dog. I asked to speak to the manager, but he didn't believe what I was saying. He kept telling me it was the 5-bean chili. Eventually, he took it into the kitchen and I was offered a refund for the meal. Following a discussion with her friend, Chloe decided to speak to a different manager who apologetically offered her a £20 gift card. She said, appreciate the gift card, but I wouldn't go back if I'm honest. That is a classic Weatherspoons plate as well. For those of you in the UK, that is a classic Weatherspoons plate, yeah. That is a Weatherspoons plate of nachos. I'm not bad. Weatherspoons is alright. It's not too bad. That's a nice plate. Anyway, I remember friends and I come in here about once every 2 months because it's cheap and a good night spot. But I thought this was handled badly and it's put me off. The optics worker is not going to let this stand in the way. She's an optics worker in the way of her vegan journey. Definitely got to let this perturb me, she said. I stand by my decision to go vegan. It's good for me. It's better for the animals and it's great for the environment. Chloe was at the Regal branch of Weatherspoons in Cambridge, the picture house. I was on and off again vegetarian for ages. When the new year came around, I decided it would be the perfect opportunity to give up the chicken and cheese. But the thing is, yeah, she's having a 5-bean chili. There's cheese on that. There's cheese on that. She's not a good vegan. She's not fully veganing it. I don't believe that she's veganing it fully. Weatherspoon spokesman said, well, we make every effort to deliver all orders correctly on occasion. Mistakes can occur, and when they do, we apologise and do our utmost to put them right. We're sorry this has happened as we specifically cater for vegans and vegetarians with highlighted menu options. The customer has accepted a gift card after she brought this incident to our attention. I just want to say, amazing. I laughed through this story because it's like overly melodramatic. I had some meat and I couldn't deal with it on this vegan-free cheese meal, so I went and threw up in the toilets. Ugh. And she's going to stay vegan, and she's going to make sure she doesn't order the 5-bean chili that looks like it has meat on it to begin with, so you wouldn't just see straight away. You've eaten meat before, it's not going to be like a whole deal. Like, you just have a bit and go, oh my god, this is meat. Can I not have this, please? Especially if you haven't been eating meat for that long. Oh, sorry, we switched back in the wrong ways. Now, also in other news, from the Mirror. From the Mirror. Thanks, Benny Boy. Katie Hopkins angers parents as she stages picture with children outside school without permission. The local authority in Wales said it was appalled the picture was taken without parental permission. There she is, Katie Hopkins. Parents furious, and there she is with the people in the back there, as you can see, lounging with the kids. Parents furious as Katie Hopkins takes pictures outside a Welsh school. What the hell is she doing taking pictures with children? Katie Hopkins angered parents in Wales who took a picture outside of school without permission. Controversial media figure tweeted a picture of herself with 5 boys on bikes outside Newport High School on Sunday. She used the picture in a tweet that claimed she had visited the school to hear their frank views on the standard of education in Wales. But one parent complained she made the children look like hooligans. Newport High School and Newport City Council have since said they were appalled that permission was not sought from the school, local authority or parents, and that someone would purposely stage such a photo for their own gain. Look at that photo. They do look like hoodies and like, you know, thugs. She's a controversial media figure. Hopkins has posted a string of comments in recent days about Welsh medium education and education in general. And she asked them a few questions about Welsh language and told them she'd be putting them on YouTube. Sue said the boys were all around 12 years old. They were taken across the road and pictured in front of the school. She set the scene. She could have taken the photos in the park or not at all. The photos made them look like hooligans, and anyone who knows them knows this is not true. The comments that people have put up on her Twitter page are vile. The school is actually a good school, which is now getting the help that it needs. There she is. Look at her, Katie Hopkins. Who said the picture had left her feeling very angry and upset, and the photo was taken outside of school week, and neither the school or council had prior knowledge. And we've just celebrated achieving our best ever, blah, 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 blah. In a statement to Wales, sent to Wales Online, Katie Hopkins said, Wales has a real problem with education. It scores the worst in the UK in worst education tests. And then she just rips on them for a bit. It's surprising that in the face of evidence of systemic failures in Welsh education and terrible PISA scores, a Labour City Council thinks a photo of me talking to young people is their biggest priority. She makes sure she gets it. Now, I don't really want to talk about that story because that's just sad. But we're going to move into, first of all, obviously, quick shill, because why not? Now, let's just go back to Foul Original. So if you go to fouloriginal.com, you can go to support the channel. And if you go to support the channel, I've got to get a shilling in. Go to support the channel, you can become a Patreon. You can go to streamlabs.com/fouloriginalwrestling. That's help the wrestling channel. Or you can just click donate. If you click donate, it will take you to the PayPals. Once you get to the PayPals, you can donate as much as you want as a one-off donation. If you want, go $20, or you can, for example, go $5, make it a monthly donation. And then if you're logged in with PayPal, it will just go automatically. Well, you just got to actually allow it. And then also because it's just PayPal login page, as you can see. And United Kingdom, you put in debit, credit, debit card, anything. Don't know why I'm babbling now, but that's our quick shill moment. So, lastly, we've actually got movement in the chat, and I can't see what it says. Let's see if I can see what it says. Una momento. Oh. Let's see what it says in the chat. And it should relay it to everything. So I'm watching the show, watching myself. So as I say, if you want to help out the channel, and then we had something come up in the chat. I don't know what it said. I can't zoom in. Watching you. Oh, who are you reading this for? I can actually read what it says now. Oh, thank you very much. This is on the YouTubes and the Twitch and also archived. Get decent views actually, repeat views. But lastly, and finally, if you will, the final story for this show this evening. Let's just make sure if I can. Oh, there we go. So last show is. Last article of the story is this, because I thought this was really, really funny as we wrap up the show for today. But I thought this was a really funny story. So this was quite new, and it's Colorado robber drops gun, then trousers. I mean, I don't really need to set this up any more than it is. It's in bbc.co.uk. So let's have a little look at it. So as you can see, he goes in. His gun gets taken off him by the woman behind the counter in the vape shop. Is that a guy? Nice lady. She's taking his gun. She's got him. So he comes in. There you go. He walks in. Pulls out the gun. He's not holding on it tight. Drops it. Drops it, attempts to go back to get it, but he's not, and then he's not really limber enough, and he manages to kick his way out, but his trousers are falling down as he runs away, because he is such a gangster. Now the police are asking for the public to give them more information about this. I think it is absolutely hilarious, because I mean, just think about it. Yeah, you go in to rob something, and then it's like that. Like, how crazy is that? But anyway, thank you all for joining tonight's Foul Originals News Round. Thank you to all the repeat viewers and everyone that is checking stuff out as we go along. As I said, the show is moving a live kind of situation where we're slowly but surely building it. Now, Foul Originals News Round goes every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tomorrow night, I will not unfortunately be doing the normal film thing, because I will be retrieving a laptop so that I can take the show on the road from Thursday, live from London, Foul Originals London Expedition, on the way to the Burning Hammer Film Festival. If you want to support the channel, as I said, you can go to fouloriginal.com. And if you want to help, if you want to see all the stuff that I do, you can go to my Twitter at foul_original. You can also check out the Instagram. I put pictures of my food on there and stories, etc., etc., etc. Obviously, you can follow me here on Periscope. Like, share, subscribe if you're over on the YouTubes. If you're on Twitch, then hello there, folks. And also, you're more than welcome to follow me on Twitch. Now, as we do on every show, we will be ending with something which is kind of the way that we began. Now, as I feel like we started today with Veronica's Closet, we should end with the only thing that I really kind of know about what's happened. Because obviously we've got Big Brother, and Big Brother ended with, you know, a winner from this show. So let's finish off today's show with the following little bit of TV gold. So pop this over and we'll end the show. As I said, thank you all for joining me tonight. It's been a great show as ever, and I love doing it for the peeps, doing it for the love. Thank you.